Hello, my name is Bill Amundson. I'm an artist at the Plus Gallery in Denver, Colorado, and I'm here today to talk to you about a piece entitled 1975, which is right here. It's a colored pencil piece, pencil and colored pencil, I should say. And I guess the original gestation for the piece came about a year and a half ago when I got a commission to do a mural for the Mellow Mushroom restaurant in downtown Denver. And there, a modus operandi was kind of our crumb, hippie sort of illustrational kind of stuff. And so my design for that mural was something I went with, and this just happened to be the way I used to draw back in 1975, very obsessive, very just kind of stream of consciousness. And the mural was so much fun to do that I said to myself, maybe I should do another drawing like that, the way I used to do back in 1975 or so. Then I wound up moving back to Wisconsin a year ago because of family matters, some Gothic things and stuff. And I wound up working in the basement, having a studio in exactly the same spot that I had in the early 70s and right up till 1975. And the funny thing about moving is that a lot of things change. You know, you look at the scenery and the people and stuff, but also when you relocate to a different space or a space you've been in before, your mind starts thinking the way it did the last time you were there. And I started having all these artistic thoughts about things I had done in 1975 and some things I hadn't completed and some things I was thinking maybe of doing that kind of got sidetracked because I moved away for 35 years. Anyhow, as these thoughts started coming up, I realized I can do a drawing that sort of dealt with my mindset in 1975. That is, a nostalgic drawing about, you know, some artistic strains I didn't follow. Now, to start this drawing, I wanted to do a variation on some artists and some artists that had influenced me. At the same time, I was thinking about the artist George Condo, because he does, here's some George Condos, right there, right there. These are pretty well known right now, mostly because he did a Kanye West album cover. And I thought, God, I love the sort of cartoon surreal way he mixes together ears, noses, faces, and stuff. And so many of my drawings are very straight-laced when it comes to the face, so I wanted to do something very, very funky. That's my cell phone ringing, but you can't get that visually on your computer. So I started using some photos of myself and constructed this rather abstract kind of creature in sort of the Condo style. And as I did this kind of Condo thing, I started remembering more and more of the artists I liked back in the 70s. And so I started throwing all those sort of 70s things in. Besides the artists, I had some motifs from when I was young that I included. But some of the artists involved a lot of the Chicago imagists who I liked. R. Crumb, Jim Nutt, R. Crumb isn't an imagist, my apologies. Roger Brown, Jim Nutt, Philip Guston, as done by R. Crumb. And so I started throwing in a lot of little homages to those guys that I liked, and I actually still do, but were such a big influence when I was younger. And then I started also adding some of my own things because I discovered sketchbooks that were still there from 1975. So here's a couple of, like Jim Nutt, for example, the Philip Guston in drawing and painting form. Over there is a rather penile Roger Brown. And they were people that I really liked, and I realized, God, I haven't got to do homage to them. So, besides all of that, I started adding figures from other pieces of art that I'd done. So a lot of the figures in this piece actually are in other pieces of art. Many of them have been made out of wood. For example, here's a little wood piece I made in 1976 called, well, I just call these kitsch boxes, kind of grotesque women in boxes, shadow boxes with velvet in the background. And you'll see how, here's this woman here, and you can see to her right, or my right, I guess, my version of her in the drawing. And I repeated that again and again with a variety of things. Here's some of the stuff, pages from my sketchbook back then. For example, here's a harlequin I made out of wood. So I threw the harlequin in here, looking at things. Here's a couple other figures. Let's see. This particular figure here from the sketchbook is up here in the drawing. This is real cinema verite stuff. Here's a little boy with a Buffy t-shirt on who was in one of my first wood pieces. And you'll see he's been transferred into this little character down here. So in a way it was kind of a return to this style of cartooning kind of drawing I'd always loved to do. And it also turned into kind of a nostalgic trip for me and kind of a way to look at maybe what kind of art I would have done if I'd stayed there. And it's really fun to return to those kind of roots and stuff. Some of my things have I have my executive dickheads, my alien cowships, a few pieces of flying pizza that are kind of an homage to the Mellow Mushroom. And then a lot of other little business things and stuff that don't exactly apply. Oh, one other thing down here, this lettering was the kind of lettering I used, Salvador Dali style, when I did the high school yearbook cover in 1971. And this little fellow down here, this little hippie kind of guy, is actually taken from a poster for a rock festival I attended in 1970. You can see I kind of freaked him out a little bit more and put a Playboy bunny logo on the side. Anyhow, that pretty much covers it. It's all done in pencil with a lot of pastels and a lot of oddball little abstract things that I've never done before, and I'm kind of excited. It worked well enough that I want to pursue it some more, and so thanks for this opportunity to let me prattle on.
No, I think that's good. I don't have a problem with it. Hi, Laura. Hey, sorry to make you wait.
Beautiful evening.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You know I'm always early. Hi.
Oh, sure. Well,
Laura, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
We've been
you.
in tangential places for a long time now. I don't know if we ever met. Maybe we did once